ain't got enough of this fever.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of Everyday Anderson and cleaning with me. This week I had so much planned. I really could not squeeze it all in, but I really did try. I have some kitchen and master suite cleaning, also some bathroom cleaning, and lastly I want to show you guys a really easy dinner idea for a quick weeknight dinner that your family will love. So stick around, you guys. I have so much to do.
You don't need to be afraid, and I'll meet you up, I'll meet you up.
And now I'm going to start with laundry this week because I have so much to do before I start cleaning. Let's go in with our first load, and this is the Publix brand of Free and Clear. As you can see, I got this at a really good price. It was like $1 on the clearance rack. Make sure you check the clearance racks at the store. And I love Suavitel fabric softener, so I really tried to do the load today, but it didn't work for me, so I'm getting it all done today. Also, I'm going to be casting some of my viral hits playlist onto the TV using Apple AirPlay because these are those TikTok songs that stay in your head all day. And that was You Are My High by DJ Snake, and I love that song. And for some reason, the video just wouldn't let me edit that out, but I was jamming all day, you guys.
You know I can't stand what you're getting so hollow, so cold. Cause you're taking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid.
Last video I told you how I refreshed my wardrobe for the seasons using Trunk Club, and I actually sent this shirt back, and I'm just showing you guys that I actually wound up going back to buy it because once I pulled out the shirt, I thought I had it was a different color red, and I realized I could still use this one, and it was so cute and I really wanted to keep it, so I did go back and get it.
No time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't see.
Now I'm almost done with my first load and some of the clothes that I already had that had been dried before I started washing today, but I realized when Erick pulled these blankets out of the dryer, they weren't fully dry, so this is setting me back because I have to go and dry them some more, but that's okay. I'll just go ahead and move on to the bedroom.
Sing out your frustration. Just say a word. Keep on staring at the pavement. God knows who hurt.
Now, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Courtney Anderson, and this channel is Everyday Anderson because it incorporates everything that we do here at the Anderson household, which is mostly cooking, cleaning, and DIY. In fact, this end table is one of our recent DIY projects. My husband Erick and I, we love to play around and see how much we can get done on our own without having to outsource and spend a lot of money. This fireplace and mantle in the background is something that we did on our own to build up this master suite and also this bar area. So we're still working to get things finalized. This room is pretty much done though, but if you like that kind of stuff or looking for some easy, cheap DIY projects, then make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. I would love to have you here as part of our family because we do so much to get it all done, and I know you do as well, and we're always looking for motivation, so let's motivate each other. So now I'm moving on into the bathroom, and let's get this out of the way. And now you will see me use Mrs. Meyer's products a lot. I also use Caldria products a lot. They smell really good. I ran out of the tub and towel cleaner today, and because I'm really trying to get it all done in a short period of time, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Mrs. Meyer's glass cleaner on the glass, on the mirror, and also on the sink. But I usually use separate products, but sometimes I also go in and spray with Lysol. So it's whatever's clever and whatever I feel like doing for the day. I'll use the Lysol or Clorox spray, whatever I have on hand, in the bathroom a little bit later. But right now, let's just get this all cleaned up. And so because I am short on time, I'm going to use this old bottle of vinegar that I have up here that I use from time to time and mix it with the baking soda cream cleanser. I find in the tub it works better if I saturate the area with the little wet spray and then come back with the baking soda cream cleanser, because it's hard to get that oil out. So I need to kind of double tag team it, I guess you could say. But I use this baking soda cream cleanser in the tub all the time, and today I'm actually going to clean out that overflow valve cover as well. Now, if you haven't seen me clean my tub before, you may be wondering why I have all of this build up around my tub, and it's because of this. I use a lot of soaps, which all soaps are oil based, but I use a soap from Urban Eden, and I love their soaps. They have a lot of essential oils. It's coconut oil based, and so it leaves some residue around my tub because I soak almost every night. And so this is just one night of soaking. So I usually clean my tub about every day. If I take a shower the next day, honestly, I may just leave it until the next day before I clean it. But this buildup comes so quickly. As you can see, I have so many products over here. I like to get in here and soak and relax. Sometimes I light a candle. So I'm one of those type people. So I like to create a little ambiance in the tub. So buildup does happen in here a lot.
I know if you care, repeating my mind, rolling around, stuck in your bed, burning temptation, I just cannot hide it. Late at night when I'm all alone, try not to think about it. Invade my thoughts with your honeycomb, try not to think about it, but baby I do. same question always. I'm getting tired. We could have breakfast, counting your freckles, close to the west coast. How about that? Why don't we just get a place together? Mornings in our own bed, so much better. Balconies and bathtubs, what you want? Why don't we just get a place together?
Now, in the midst of all this, I am still chipping away at my big pile of clothes and laundry. So as you can see, I'm almost done. I'm almost there. And it's time to go ahead and put these blankets in and get those dry. Got those dry, took them out, folded up my red and blues. And this is almost complete and I can move on to the kitchen area. So today I am going to be taking some Lysol spray in the bathroom. I don't do this every time. I just switch my routine up from time to time, you guys. But here are some keto strips. You may be wondering what all this stuff is over here. I try to check my ketosis levels throughout the week just to make sure I'm not eating too many carbs. But I'm just going to pick this stuff up and wipe down with some Lysol wipes and spray down with some Clorox spray. I don't do this all the time, like I said, but every once in a while I feel like it needs it to get a good sanitization going on, if that makes any sense. I know I use a lot of products, but every once in a while I just want to go in with not bleach. I'm not crazy about bleach, but maybe some Lysol spray just to make sure I'm sanitizing everything. And so I'm going to do that with the toilet this week. And if you check out my Instagram page, you could see that in my stories I posted where I did the toilet bowl challenge from TikTok where I put the Fabuloso in here, and it really did smell good, and I can still smell it even though you can't see it coming through as much. And Eric wants me to do it to the kids, but one thing I will do is put it inside of a water bottle and not the Fabuloso bottle. So I am going to do it to the kids' bathroom, but that Fabuloso bottle was a little bit big, but it did leave the bathroom smelling nice and fresh. If you don't like the smell of Fabuloso, you can use other products, and they also have, I think, a lemon scent. So I'm going to try that in the future, but I'm still using this Clorox toilet bowl cleaner that I got recently, and I like the surface area that it covers, and so I'm really excited that I bought this for all the bathrooms.
Way too late, regretting our mistakes. You got so head over heels crazy. Need to apologize. We went too far this time. Come a little closer, there's some
to show you guys what I do with these blankets after I get these nice and folded up. These have been hanging around for a while and I don't know why. I think we had some house guests and we just left them out way too long. But I use these vacuum seal bags, and I'll leave it in the comments where I get them from and my Amazon favorites page. I'll try to link that below as well. I've used these years ago and I recently bought some again. I was prepared this time for them because you think that they're going to stay shrunken down forever and they don't, and that was a little bit disappointing for me the first time I tried them. But like I said, I was prepared this time. So I go in every few months or so and make sure that they're staying vacuum sealed. But all you do is treat it like a Ziploc bag, and this little piece comes off. So make sure you keep up with it because you can lose it. And just take this vacuum hole and take off the cover and take any standard size vacuum. I could use the long pole or the short spout, so I'm choosing to do the short spout today because I'm already on the floor. And you just vacuum the hole, vacuum the air out the hole, and once it's all done and to your liking, you just kind of squeeze around like I do because I get all the air out, and then it's done. You just put the top back on it or the cover back on it. But like I said, it will start to expand over time because this isn't a completely sealed system. It does have air pockets throughout it, and it's plastic. And if you've ever done one of those science projects, you'll see that iodine can seep through these plastic bags, and so I'm used to it now. I go in every couple months and vacuum seal it again, but it's a nice way to get them out of the area. And I was just using this with my Shark rocket vacuum. I love how versatile it is and how I can switch these different pieces. And so I'll try to leave a comment below if you have any if you want that information about the vacuum that I use. And after I'm done, I'm going to go in and spray with that Hotel Collection spray that I have. I've had that for a while, but I decided to pull it out again because I love the way that it smells, and I believe I got that one from Macy's.
Your bloodstream can't make it stop. Oh, I just need to tell you that. Oh, don't let them get in your head, So please don't let them get in your head,
Okay, so the bedroom is all done. I'm so excited that this is finished. And actually, I got started so early, you guys. This was only like 10 o'clock. So it's not even 12 o'clock yet. I got the master suite done. I got the bathroom done, and everything is nice and clean. And it's time to move on to the kitchen. Now, the kitchen was not bad at all because I mention all the time that my kids do clean the kitchen every night after dinner. That's their chore that they have to do. So when I come in and do my deep cleaning, it's usually my once a week deep clean to make sure I get the areas that they're not tackling. So there weren't a lot of dishes, just a lot of junk and clutter that I need to get up. And also I gotta tackle these floors because we have pups now and they spend a lot of time running around the kitchen, and I'm going to show them to you guys shortly.
They don't know you like I do. Like I do. They don't know you like I do. Oh, don't let them get in your head, So don't
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys our newest baby. This is Cleo, and she is a miniature schnauzer. She's about 8 weeks old, and she is the sweetest little pup. And you guys know Scotty from a previous video. He is still fairly young. He's about 4 months. And then we have Zinga, who is about 4 months as well. And so Cleopatra is our newest baby, but they're all really young, and I was trying to show you guys how small they are. They're all miniature schnauzers, and they're all sweet. And so I have to take Zinga to go get groomed. Cleo's too young, and Scotty has been a couple of times, and he's still getting his ears posted because we got his ears cropped, but he's almost done with that. They say he's doing really well, and so they have been so sweet, but they do make a little bit of mess in the kitchen. Now I'm using the Caldria Sage to clean the table off today. It smells so good, and I'm going to pair it with mint on the floor, which I thought those go together, like sage and mint, right? I know I do a lot with the smells, but on my countertops, I'm not going to be using the Caldria today because I've been using the Wyman, let me get this right, it's the Wyman granite countertop spray. And what you do is spray that on the granite and let it sit in, and it conditions the countertop, because I noticed that my countertops were looking less glossy in some areas compared to other parts where I know I don't use the countertop, like over by the deep fryer. I don't use that area, and I could see that some of the overused areas were getting dull. So it's time for me to really start to condition that, and so I'll be doing that for a little while. But I have not forgotten about my nice Smell Good Mrs. Meyer and Caldria for the kitchen. And now we do have a garbage disposal, and it's been several weeks since I cleaned out the garbage disposal. So I'm going in today with one of these Glidden garbage disposal cleansers, and you can get these at the grocery stores. I get them from Publix. You just stick it in here, run a little bit of water, and turn on the garbage disposal. And when you start to see it foam up on both sides, it's starting the cleaning action and it's working. And then I just go in and take some hot water and rinse it on down, and that is it. And now I'm going in with the Mrs. Meyer's baking soda cream cleanser I told you guys about. I clean all around this stainless steel sink and sometimes the stainless steel hose, and it really gives it a nice clean and sparkle. But make sure you wash it down with really hot water, and then I'll be getting a new sponge, because I know that's one thing that the boys don't do as often as I like, which is replace the sponge, which is why I have to come in here behind them and make sure they're cleaning up all the things that they need to be cleaning.
Do you ever call back? Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond?
Now, to make sure I'm completely sanitizing this floor with the dogs running around in and out from outside and the grass, I am going in with some squirt and mop, which I love, which is not necessary, but I'm doing my steamer today, and that actually steams and sanitizes the floor, so you don't have to have any product on the floor, but I'm just a little bit extra. I like for it to smell good. I like for my husband to walk in the door and he can tell that I've actually cleaned up for the day, so I'm going in with the Method squirt and mop. I love squirt and mop. I just squirt it on the floor, and I already know the spots in my kitchen where I'm going to need it. I have like 3 spots that I squirted beforehand, and then I go in with that steamer, and I'll show you the steam in a second, but it gets so much dirt off this floor that you're leaving behind with sweeping, and so I love using this. If you watch my Instagram stories, I use this all the time, and I'm always posting on things like my steamer or the carpet cleaner because I get so excited that I'm getting up all this dirt around the house that you never knew existed.
Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense.
And the kitchen is done. This looks so gorgeous to me. I love this. I love a clean kitchen. I mean, who doesn't? When you work hard to cook, clean, provide for your family, you have to have these moments where you can just walk around and see that everything is where it should be. It's nice and neat, and it just feels good that you did what you needed to do to get everybody fed and taken care of, and then now it's cleaned up. So I'm so excited to see this, but this day is not done yet. Now I'm gonna go in and just vacuum up the living room area, and actually it was pretty clean from the night before. Wasn't a lot of mess. I just put down some carpet refresher. I think it's called Fanny's carpet refresher that I get from Grove Collaborative. It's a lemon scent, so I sprinkled the lemon scent all over, and I'm gonna go back and vacuum it up. And you can see Scotty just waiting to mess up something sitting in the camera, but I want to vacuum this up. And also I'm making sure to keep the library front area kind of clean and organized because I did my fall decorating and I'm still in love with it. You know, those first couple of days you're still staring at it and excited, so I'm making sure that stays together. And then I'm going to come back and fix dinner for this evening, so stick around. I'm going to show you guys this quick easy recipe that we thoroughly enjoy. If you've watched some of my earlier videos, you know that I like to buy our food about a month ahead of time at the farmer's market, and I did 2 weeks this time, but I don't plan a lot of meals ahead of time. I just have a lot of meals in my repertoire, and I wake up that morning and try and decide what meat I want to take out for the day. And so today I'm going to be making one of those kind of hamburger helper type meals. Remember those from back in the day? So I'm pulling out ground beef today, and I just decided this morning this is what I'm going to make. So I have 2 pounds of ground beef, some cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese, some chili powder, which is key, smoked paprika. I also have some Worcestershire sauce, some milk, or that's actually half and half, but you can use milk, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, cornstarch, and I have a little bit of cream cheese left over from another recipe, and this is going to come together so easy. So this is the way I like to do it, which is just to pull my meat out in the morning, and then I might go online or go to some of my recipe books and figure out what I want to make for the day. So let's go ahead and brown this ground beef, you guys. And this is going to be so simple. I like to buy ground chuck. You can buy ground sirloin, but I just like a little bit of extra fat. Not too much because I do drain it off, but that's just my preference. Ground sirloin is really good here as well. So I never do really precise measurements, but this is about half of a tablespoon of smoked paprika and chili powder. Now the chili powder, you don't want to forget that, or you can even use a taco seasoning. I'm going in with some of this California garlic powder, but you can use whatever garlic powder you like. Some onion powder, and just sprinkle it on in there. I've got a couple shakes of some Tony Chachere's seasoned salt, and this is about a quarter of a tablespoon or a couple teaspoons of salt. I'm going to go in with a full tablespoon of cornstarch, shake that up, and also I mix it with some water to create a little bit of a slurry because that's the way I like to do my cornstarch. And so there it is, and give it a nice mix. And before we pour it in later, we're going to make sure that we give it a nice mix then too. Brown this ground beef and just get it as crispy as you like. I kind of like my ground beef a little bit more crispy than some people who may just leave it a little soft, but that's up to you. Now, like I said, I do go in and drain this extra fat off, but I do like the flavor of the fat. If you want to skip this step, you can get a leaner ground beef. You can get a ground sirloin, but to me, it's slightly drier. But of course, this does have more fat content, so just keep that in mind. So I strained that off and I'm pouring it back. I'm going in with a few shakes of some Worcestershire sauce in there. This gives it a nice round flavor to your palate, kind of like a steak. And then I'm going in with 1 cup of heavy cream, but again, this recipe would do really well with milk, half and half, whatever cream that you have. Now I'm going to go in with 2 cups of water. You will need 4 cups of water for this recipe, but I'm doing this in stages because I wanted to make sure that all of the measurements, because I cook with my eye, so I wanted to make sure everything was looking right before I just piled everything in. That's what I suggest any good cook does, is to make sure you look at, what you're putting in before you just pile everything in, and then you make a mistake, because you can always add, but you can't always take away. This is a couple of tablespoons of cream cheese. Again, this was just left over from another recipe, and you don't have to use this, but I think it gives it a nice creaminess. And I'm just letting this come to a boil while I break down that cream cheese inside of the sauce. Now here's our slurry of seasonings, and go ahead and throw this right on in, get all of it out. And if you need to go back and get some water, rinse the bowl around and get all of your seasonings like I did, make sure you do that. Now, Hamburger Helper was traditionally made with macaroni noodles or elbow noodles, and today I had penne pasta. This is Del Verde brand that I love to get from the farmer's market. It tastes so homemade and fresh. So I'm going to pour this whole bag in here, but if you're using elbow noodles, go ahead and pour in your whole bag of macaroni elbow noodles. And now I'm going to come back in with that water because, like I said, I wanted to just add everything in stages. You want the liquid to kind of be on top of the noodles. At this point, that lets you know that you have enough to help cook down those noodles. This is a nice thick dish, so you don't want to have too much liquid sitting on top of your noodles. It's going to be too wet, and you may have to leave the top off of it to reduce it down. Turn your heat to about medium at this point, but I did continue to come back, and as I saw it at a rippling boil, I started to cut it down gradually, bit by bit, and this cooked until the noodles were done for about 10 minutes. Now after 10 minutes, come back and taste it for seasoning. I wanted to add some more Tony Chachere's seasoned salt, and I think I added black pepper at this point, but whatever you want, just add a little bit of this and a little bit of that to get it where you want it. Now, the sky is the limit on this dish. You can use Colby Jack, you can use whatever cheeses that you want, pepper jack. I'm using mozzarella, cheddar cheese, and I did at the last second decide to go get some parmesan cheese that I forgot. I shredded up and it was in the refrigerator. I'm going to throw that in here. That's what I love about this meal. You can add or take away whatever you want. Now, once you stir in your cheeses, this meal is done and ready to serve, but I'm being a little bit extra today. I'm going to put some cheeses on top, put it in the broiler for 5 minutes. If you do this, make sure you keep an eye on it and do not let your cheese burn. But I like that extra cheese on top, and my kids do as well, and so that's what I'm going to do. But this is pretty much ready to go. An easy weeknight dish for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell if you want notifications when I post new videos. Make sure if you want more cooking videos, you check me out on Everyday Anderson on Facebook. If you want to see what I'm doing from day to day, check me out, Everyday Anderson, on Instagram. I'm so glad you stuck around to the end of this video. It means so much to me and my family. Until next time, mwah.
I just don't know. So now I gotta make up my mind.